Welcome to Force Pro Sports, ZAP Report Day 1. So here's the honest truth, guys. This is why you don't want me to be part of the community again attending tournaments, is because now I am straight up going to prioritize going to hang out with people and see people rather than staying up, or rather than being on my computer all morning trying to make a video. I do that partially as a coping mechanism for me to handle not being there. I still feel kind of involved. I feel like I'm adding something to the experience of the tournament. But yeah, straight up, I'm just prioritizing the actual experience for myself today. So I will mostly just rant about some of the highlights in no particular order today. Very unstructured. Gosh, okay, I think the storyline, I say no structure, then I'm like, what's my structure again? I think a big storyline is pressure. Pressure on themselves, players putting pressure on themselves. So it's no secret that we have created this group system in a tier list format, and I don't need to, it's pointless to try to hide how exactly we did it or create concealment. You guys know exactly what happened. Basically, me and a group of players, tediously, mind you, over multiple months, ranked players top to bottom. And then we paired people up, trying to create a pretty even spread of players across 6 teams. And so far, I'm feeling good about it. At least as far as random draws typically go, we've had a good chunk of really close games. And no team has gone undefeated. So that's cool. Just before, for the players trying to attach their worth to their ability in tag, or who feel bad if they didn't get ranked as high as they could, genuinely, there are not 6 clean tiers. There's some tiers of 1, there's some tiers of 9, there's some tiers of 7, and people, there are some weird cutoffs where somebody feels just a little above or below the pack within their group that they're facing. And that's just because you didn't all show up being, 6 players of the exact same talent in Group A, 6 players of the exact same talent in Group B. It just doesn't work that way. So it's kind of the best that I think we could possibly do to make it fair in this format. But regardless, the theme being pressure is that players feel pressure in a number of ways. If you got placed higher than you think that you deserve to be at, you now feel like you need to perform and live up to expectations. And I've heard players talking about that. And I think the more common one is if you're a player who got placed... Sorry. Ignore that. Oh my goodness. Sorry. If you're a player who got placed below what your perceived value is, you're feeling a little... feeling either a little overlooked, embarrassed, Luke, go screw yourself. I'm gonna prove it to you that I don't belong here. Players feel like they gotta prove that they don't belong in their tier and that they actually should have been placed higher. And it's crazy. The pressure idea is crazy. I came into this tournament saying, hey, I want to just have fun. I want to just enjoy myself. I don't have the standings for you. Basically, it's either Dallin, Snuffles, DK, or Slaughtermelon's team those are the top 3 teams. Then Simply OK's team, I'm pretty sure, is in 4th. The Fear Turkey's team, I'm pretty sure, is in 5th. And then my team, with 1 win, where we got outscored, but we eliminated the enemy team, is in last place. Those are your standings. And gosh, I rabbit trail so much. What was I saying? Literally lost my train of thought. I was talking about pressure. Oh yeah. And so players are coming in, they're doing their best, and this was bound to happen, but it's still it just shows even this process was not perfect, and I got some things wrong, we got some things wrong. We were watching players all throughout the practice night. I was even watching players, and I made a couple final adjustments in the random games that happened literally 20 minutes before we drafted the teams. Like, these out-of-town players bring such an energy and new strategy to our arena, and they don't know the arena the way we do, so every single game they're learning new things and growing rapidly, that we are already seeing in one day some players moving frankly to a level where like they should have been placed higher, and some players playing in a way where like maybe they should have been placed lower. Like if you move someone up, you got to move someone down. It's like, it is so difficult. I'm thankful that I had the opportunity to advocate for getting some of these practice games just so that we could see some of these players. But like, two players I'll call out today are Celebi and Firesword. So Celebi is a Loveland player. She's one of our newer Loveland players, and we placed her in Group 6. And yesterday was by far the best performance I'd ever seen out of her from multiple games. Like, the whole day, she was moving really intentionally. Like, not only is she getting the muscle memory down, like she's moving really intentionally and landing her shots. She's got like a really clean shot coming around the corner now. She also like clearly knows the right objectives to be pursuing. She's not just kind of wandering around. And I walked up to her and I said, "No offense, I've never seen you play this intentionally. Like, what is happening?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, it just finally clicked." And I was like, yeah. "But I see you talking to some of the best players in the world and taking notes." She has a notebook and she's taking notes on how to play better. And all in one day, like, I feel like she's increased her skill level by like 30%. It's insane. And so I'm really thankful to the out-of-towners that come in, and like, the energy in our tournament is really exciting. Like, people are more motivated to try than on a regular members night. They're more motivated to learn. We're building connections and friendships. And like, I'm really excited for Celebi. I'm really proud of her. But I'm like, maybe she, just one example, maybe she should have been placed a little higher. Whether a different group or not, I don't know. But that's an example of like how the tier system can get wonky. Is like, I don't know how I could have reasonably predicted that was going to happen. And I don't blame myself for not like anticipatorily moving somebody up until I saw, like, see, you have to see it for yourself. You can't just rank players off of like, I hope this happens. Got to be as realistic and objective as possible, and I really tried. The other player is Firesword. Disco Monkey, if you didn't want me to say this, I'm sorry. We were coming out of a game from the previous night, and I had talked up Vulcan. Vulcan and Firesword, the two newest players from the St. George site who are like coming out to this. And it was Vulcan versus Firesword heavy, and it was like Vulcan stomped Firesword into the dirt. It was like Disco Monkey came out of that game as I think the medic and was like, that was a heavy mismatch. Like, Vulcan seemed like a clear tier above Firesword 2 nights ago on Sunday night. In like the span of 5 games, I watched Firesword, and this is fair. He had never stepped foot in our arena, or maybe he did once, but maybe it was a long time ago. But like for a while, he's never stepped foot in our arena. Haven't seen him play competitively very much. And you give the guy one practice night, one good night's rest to let his brain process all the new information. He comes back the next day, and he put up like a 9K heavy score in one game. I saw just one of the most epic matches between him and Ebo Mike Heavy, just in the chamber. You guys can go find that game on our stream. Like, he looked like he knew what he was doing far more, just in the span of one day. That's all it can take. And so, personally, I'd move him up a little bit if I were redoing the rankings right now. He is absolutely on fire. No pun intended. All that to say, like, there's so much to talk about. There's a game I really want to highlight. Like, there was a really good one with Simply Okay Medic pushing out the whole team by himself. There was this really good one where I went Commander versus Cora Heavy. By the way, she's doing great too. Nami Swan. And I tried to be a cheesy jerk. I tried to bully her out of her own resupply area as the commander. Commander versus Heavy, and she, with the help of Disco Monkey and Odin's Fist, kept me out. It was a really embarrassing loss for me, because Nami Swan just told me, like, no, you can't just bully me around. And I'm very proud of her for that. Like, she did an awesome job. She improved quite a lot too. It's just so exciting. I need to wrap up this very soon, so I think that's all I'm gonna have time for today. Just a quick, like, update. Last thing I'll say is huge thanks to Sergeant Tucker and the Babe. The Babe has been in the computer lab setting up all the live stream, so you can thank the Babe for that. He also designed this tournament. Like we have trading cards right now that are we have trading cards that we're using for the randomizer. The trophies are trading cards. Like, he designed these shirts that everybody gets. Really cool. Ugh. And Sergeant Tucker just tirelessly running the tournament, trying to get people on schedule, just being that coordinator. The two of them, we have a lot to thank. Also, of course, want to thank Jeff and Julie for letting us host the tournament. I think people are having a really good time. It feels like a really good vibe so far. And I hope that today, I just hope for more really good games between people. So, all right, I gotta let you go. But yeah, I'll probably post a real ZAP report tomorrow, probably, maybe, if I want to. Bye.